Hi there and welcome to a new video, and this video is all about collage, and I'm going to give you 10 tips to create stunning collage. So these are things that I often use, so I hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss a thing. Let's start! On this page you see I created 4 landscapes with the palette knife, and it was much fun with one of my group of students in the painting group, and this was my color palette. So my first tip will be use the colors that you already have in a page. Select some items that have the same colors, so make up your mind. I'm going to use brown ochre, greenish blue, well, those kinds of colors are returning in my collage. This collage I created just as a kind of addition to the page, so this is my dominant page, and this is something for to decorate the page that goes along with this one. Now the only thing that misses is white. Here is the white frame, so this really stands out, and there's no white here. And that's a good thing if I want to make this stand out more. And the next tip that I'm going to give you, tip number 2, is work with overlapping. And you see I do not crisscross glue some things down somewhere on the page randomly. And like here it's loose, but it's like a frame and it's all the same size. So this is really, the white thing is really a frame. And here I make sure that all the things are connected, and overlapping is a wonderful thing to create depth and layering. And you can especially see that when I'm using this lace, for example. It's overlapping a part of the canvas fabric here, the background. And it's also partly overlapping the piece of paper, the Locta paper that I put here. And it's the same with this one. It's overlapping even a bit of this piece of fabric. It's overlapping this, and it's overlapping the canvas again. And it's the same with this net. It's coming from onions or courgettes, I don't know anymore. But this is exactly the same color that's also in my landscape. So this is giving the effect of transparency, overlapping. So I almost never glue things down randomly on the page. It's always having a kind of overlapping, and that creates depth. And then we go to the next page, and this is a spread that I've already shown you in one of my previous videos, so I will put that in the end screen. And the tip for this page is vary in size. So here I have a lot of collage items, and they are almost never exactly the same size. So you see I'm also overlapping here. And here is a very long piece, long strip. This is more like a square. This is also, well, a bit more like a square. This one is smaller square, or it's actually a longer strip, but everything is overlapped, so you won't see everything anymore. So you see, it can be really wise sometimes to use the power of repetition in same size, but often I find it more interesting to use various sizes and various shapes of the collage items. And that's the same thing that I did on the left page actually. This is more like a landscape because its composition is horizontal, and this is more like vertical. Everything goes like this. And here you see, as soon as you start gluing down things horizontally, it's more like a landscape. And also here you can see that none of the, well, parts in the landscape is having exactly the same shape or size. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. And tip 4 is let items return elsewhere in your collage. So for example, I have this wonderful fabric that Denise Love gave to me, and I let it come back on the right page here as well as here. So these things are coming back at that page. Also, I have this, well, straw fiber kind of paper here as well as here. This just a small part, but it is there, so there is a connection again. This really creates relationships between your pages. So often when I have a piece of fabric or a piece of wool, I just, well, go for this and then I let it come back here in the page. By the way, this was wool that Sonia gave to me during the lessons because she thought it would match this page, and well, maybe I'm going to do that, but it can also be, well, useful for one of the other pages because this is by far my favorite color of old pink. And this is the next page. And now I'm going to give you 2 tips, and they seem to mean the opposite. So one is work in groups of collage items. Here is a group and there is a group. And that's a wonderful thing to, well, make this area powerful because these pieces are really matching together and they have contrasting colors, especially here, this very dark part next to the white part of the fabric. So that's a great thing to do, and you can see that I've done it here too. This is a group. Around the group there's nothing. And it's also on the first page that I've been showing you. This is a group. There's a white spot in the middle or a blank spot in the middle, but this is definitely a group. And it's a bit what I said about the overlapping, but working in groups, well, you also run the risk of having a lot of, well, empty areas in your collage, and which I find most of the time not a problem, because tip 6 is create a calm spot for your eyes to rest. And this is calm, but it's not boring, because I find the burlap background isn't boring, and I find this background, this dominant color on throughout the page, I find it not a problem because it's filled in. But sometimes when it feels too empty, it's just, well, the question, are you going to put there something or not? So it's kind of balancing between making blocks, giving them connection with another by, for example, using the same kind of fabric. This is the same fabric actually, but with a different pattern in it. Using the same colors, but if there's too many space for you, you just have to add something else and be very careful with that. But it's always balancing between having too much space and, well, connecting everything and making it maybe too full. And here is a very funny page that I created around a day. So that's a tip as well. So tip 7 is create something based on a theme or a wonderful day that you have that brings back wonderful memories. And this is about a masterclass that I've been doing with Meta Fulmer from Buku Delphi. And it's in the morning, she did a masterclass, bookbinding. And I did a workshop, art journaling, in the afternoon. Throughout the day, we laughed a lot. Everyone had a beautiful art journal to share, and I will share some pictures with you too, because it's really magic what happened that day. And we had a wonderful lunch in the garden because the weather was nice, and we all created something to eat. Meta cooked some courgette soup. Anthony baked our bread, and I did some hummus. So all those things are included in these pages. And for example, we had some drawing exercises, and here are the drawings that I created in the garden. This was the assignment: draw something in the air and draw something very small. And this is draw something that you love to eat. And these are the assignment cards, so I still had some leftovers. And tip number 8 is actually to make foldouts when you have too much material. Now, I found this very nice to draw. This was draw something really tall or large, and this was a tree in my garden, and I thought it was far too dominant and not good enough to put such a large thing. It's almost as big as the pages themselves, so I thought it would be too much. So I folded it because I definitely wanted it in this collage. And here is just a little quote, and here I fold it, and then you just see this part, and I can open this too. And another thing, you could not only think about foldouts and doors and other magic things in your page, you can also create a mini book, because I had so much material from this day. Actually, I run around the tables to clean everyone's table, and had no dustbin with me, so I put everything in my jeans pocket. And at the end of the day, I looked and I found, for example, these corners that somebody cut out of the art journal, and I thought it would be wonderful to use those as corners for the pages. So there are a lot of things that I just gathered in my jeans pockets and also added in this mini book on the page. And also you can kind of censor some things, or things that you don't want to have in the front, like this tree. There was also this milk label from Boer Guus, Farmer Guus, and here it says "My Milk." And we had to laugh about that so much. So I wanted to have that in, definitely, because I had nice memories of that. So you can still see full milk. How do you say that? Milk. I wanted to have that in because it was matching the blue, but the other things of this image weren't really matching the page. So, and there, when I close the book, I see, well, this feather. That was a very funny story. I think I told you about that in one of my previous videos. We had to collect something flat to put in your art journal, like these blossoms. And I found this feather, and I wanted to include that in my journal. I actually found 2, and this is the one that was left, because the other one, Pearl had it in her mouth and she ate it. So it was really a funny project. So the tips for this page is: create something from your real life, a day or a theme that really speaks to you right now. And the next tip about this page is use foldouts or mini books to add to your collage. And this is also a page that I've been showing in one of my earlier videos. There are even 2 videos about that, so I put one of these in the end screen as well. For this page, I would say keep it simple, as well as your colors, as well as composition. You see here, I didn't need much to get it complete, because I work with very neutral colors. And I also looked at, what do I have? So here is the burlap. The burlap is coming back. And here is a pink piece of, well, fabric. And here is another pink piece. I think it's not fabric, it's a kitchen towel. Or it is the same fabric, I don't know it anymore. And there's a little pattern. There are, well, the surprising thing about this page was that it was very neutral and I didn't intend to add another color, but then I saw the little orange flowers here and I thought, whoa, orange is really a good addition. So I added something orange, a little element here on this page as well. And in the end, I found this large tulip leaf. This was actually orange, but it now goes a bit to, well, ochre, rusty brown, and it's perfectly matching the color of pink. So I hope these colors will not fade. So the tip for this page is keep it simple and use what you have and look at what you already have to explore the rest of your project. And then finally, my last page that I want to share with you today, and also my final tips for creating a stunning collage. In this page, you see a lot of layering, a lot of overlapping, a lot of groups. So all the things that I've already been telling you, I used all kinds of zero waste material for this page, and this will be a class in the future. So if you're interested in following a collage class, there will be new classes. I will add them soon. And we also have a collage. This is the one about layering, but we also have a collage class about patterns, and that will be the first one we will release. And then you go for a collage with all kinds of patterns, and it's called patchwork patterns. So make sure you take a look at this channel or take a look at Brave Art Academy for some time, because we will launch it soon. And we already have some collage classes, and one of those is called pattern playing. So that will be also a good one to start with. And well, my last tip, my final tip will be don't think too much. You have to deal with making choices all the time, but the more you do this, the easier it will become for you, and the more easy you will just glue something down and then build further on the things you build the things you started with. So don't think too much, and I think that's one of my best tips I can give to you. So that was it. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you've done, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell, and make sure you place a comment below about what is your favorite collage item or technique. I see you next time. Bye bye.